They have a really good sense of time. Like, the Lilac has a really good sense of sorry. Yeah, run up your stream, and I'll stop talking. Yes. So the only problem I'm gonna have is I have to watch your stream on my phone while also talking to you in Discord on my phone because I don't have my computer. So this will be slightly interesting on how this plays out. But we'll make it work. Yeah, leave your audio on the Discord voice open. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was gonna say. That's gonna be the best way. I'm just gonna be a little bit lagged on seeing what you're doing through the stream. Figure by like 5 to 10 seconds. I'm gonna have to try and coach you from ahead of the airplane. I'm gonna be mostly quiet while you're setting up because you've never had any issues with the setup. It's gonna be coming pretty much just the takeoff, honestly, it's gonna be where I'm really gonna be holding your hand a little bit. Well, yeah, we'll do like a little bit of a full walkthrough with the takeoff. Even like approach and landing for the most part, you don't really miss any steps necessarily. There are just some times when you fall behind the airplane. Yes. Huh. Yeah, there are still some simisms that exist. I'm betting that the Phoenix is more closely to the real thing than the Toliss. It's my bet. You'll be all right with the bus. You'll be fine in the bus. All right.
All right, welcome everybody. Happy Monday. Hello. It's bonus time. Nice to see you. We're going to be doing a unscheduled flight from Oklahoma City to Midway. It's Midway Monday is going right now, and I haven't flown into it yet. I'm kind of dying to try to do so. So Oklahoma City, about an hour and a half flight, and yeah, we're going to give it a try. See what's going on. Hey, Iowa Scotsman. How are you, Ron? All right, let's cut right to the chase. You probably heard in the just the intro that I do in fact have Jet Pilot Cinnamon on board with me. He's flying. I don't know what do you fly when you're doing your recurrent? Do you fly in the left and the CFI flies in the right, Mike, or is it the other way around? Or just depend on where you
No,
are?
you fly in the seat that you're always in. They usually were paired with an actual captain, so the check airman that's doing the sim with us is sitting in like an actual jump seat in the sim.
Cool. Well, so yeah. Anyway, we got JPC along with us, and of course he is the official, unofficial CFI of the Melvin Leroy channel, and definitely the guy that's helped me out the most in the bus, as all the cool kids call it. So yeah, it's Oklahoma City up to Midway, and I'm just truly getting set up on the fly here. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this. Really happy that I kind of had a night off. We practiced in the morning this morning, so it was nice to have the afternoon off, and I was able to just hang out with my wife a little bit. But now she's got stuff she's got to get done, so I'm like, oh, what the heck? Let's go down and fly. And JPC just happened to be available, so I'm taking advantage. I'm going to milk him for all he's worth tonight here on a Monday night.
Thanks for coming in today, everybody.
All right. I don't think we have any ATC down here in... Oh, Volanta's working like a champ again, I see. Awesome. Man, I tell you what, Volanta has struggled for me for some reason. I don't know why. So it looks like we're going to have to pull up Vatastic again to...
Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, who just... Oh, Rock Valkyrie is here, man. Thank you. Skull as well. Man, I didn't even have anything to toast with today, but... Skull Alio, Scali Alio, yourself 33 months. That is awesome, Rob. And yeah, thanks, buddy. All right, so here we are, yeah, just outside of Kansas City's range, and so we'll be able to depart ourselves, and then talk to Kansas City as soon as we get going toward OKC, or sorry, Midway. Hey, Smitty. Man, the whole gang is here tonight. That's cool. Good to see you. All right, let's get this thing started here. Batteries are coming on, and we need some... I think we're going to go ahead and do some ground services.
Gang's all aboard tonight.
External power, that's right.
Factory.
So nice to see all you guys, and thanks for coming out. I tell you what, I hate to steal Jet Pilot Cinnamon's line, but that really is true. It's nice to see everybody on a surprise Monday. All right, so that's good. We have external power available. We'll turn it on, and all of our lights are twinkling, Clark. Dome light can probably stay on dim. It looks like it's going to be fine. We do need to put some nav lights on so people know we're in here messing around. And I'm checking to see if the parking brake is on. It is on. Gear is down. Flaps are up. Speed brake is disarmed. All that stuff looks muy bueno. Let's adheres.
It's about a 7-second delay for me on the stream.
Ah, cool. So I can make at least one mistake without you being able to get after me too bad.
You got 7 seconds to figure out your mistake before I see it.
That'll be all right. That'll be all right. I clicked already. I made a mistake. I didn't let the on battery extinguish before I turned on the or started the nav on the Deer number 2 and number 3. Shoot, or I just fly to circuit somewhere.
I'm gonna bet that the sim won't recognize that one.
Okay, all right. Again, no nav or no comm frequencies yet. So we're gonna come down here and set it to Unicom until we get out of Dodge. And gotta remember, we are already on 2280, and then it'll be straight to Kansas City Center, which is 125.75. So that'll be ready in nav 1. Everything is on. I don't need to have nav 2, or sorry, com 2 going. So I'm gonna turn that off for now, because knowing me, I will pick up some crazy ATIS frequency or something, and I don't need that at this point in time. The ZL Simulations 152 X-Plane freeware is awesome. All right, I'm glad to hear that. I wondered about that. I saw that Sparky Pilot was trying that and said that she had some fun with that too. That's cool. I'm going to have to go grab that sucker. One of these days I won't be working all freaking day and night, and I'll be able to do stuff like that.
So obsessed with the Comanche.
Oh man, that's an awesome plane. It's a good one to be obsessed with. All right, and then go ahead and turn this on, and we'll squawk TARA. All right, that sounds good. Altimeter setting here in OKC. Will Rogers World Airport. The irony, of course, being that Will Rogers passed away in an aircraft accident, but they do love Will Rogers down here. Can confirm I fly down here quite a bit to see family, and I actually quite like this airport. It's just like I don't know, it's just the right size. It's not too crazy big, and so you can get around pretty easily. I've never really had huge waits in the security line and all that stuff, and parking's not horrible and the whole works. So anyway, it's just windier than all get out. I just like it is always a rodeo getting in and getting out. All right, so no clearance needed. Transponder set, altimeter set, flight directors need to actually come off. So we'll turn those off, and then let's go down to the McDo, and let's start McDoing some stuff here. Yes, in that kind of a mode today. So GPS primary, yeah, so be it. Let's see, active nav data would look good there. So let's go to init A, and let's see here. I wonder, I'm trying to remember if this aircraft will, no, this one does not. I don't think this does. I'm going to try to do an IRS. Oh, I can align on rep. That's fine. Confirm align. All right. Yeah. So the one thing that the Phoenix and the Toliss are pretty similar, but there are a few differences. One of them is that you can just click on that initialization request button, and it'll bring the whole flight plan in for you, which I kind of like. It's sort of like it's a lazy man's deal, but you know.
I mean, that's how it works in the real plane.
Well,
I just hit the init, and it gives me everything I want.
Yeah, so stupid Toliss. Why do I still love you though? All right, how about a fuel saving cost index of 5? That can't be right. No, it's not right. It's actually it's actually 6. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna be flying.
Well make it 35.
Yeah, because we're gonna be flying up there at like 180 knots or something. All right, that's fine. Yeah, let's get there. Cruising at 39,000. Boy, we're gonna get up high tonight. And our temperature, just again looking at SimBrief here, and it's telling me. I was going to give you, by the way, guys, I was going to give you some of the new features of Volanta, which has all this weather information on it. When I finally got it pulled up last night, I'm like, or 2 nights ago, I'm like, man, this is actually pretty cool. But then it's not wanting to load again today. So -47. That's all right. We'll look on SimBrief like a regular pilot, like somebody looking at an OPF here. All right, that looks good. And then we need to do a wind. We could do a wind request here. It gives us a little bit of stuff. We have to put the rest of this in here, and I'll just pick one. 390. It's going to be 300 at 42. We won't worry about the descent winds just yet. We'll come back to that when we're in flight. All right. Let's do the flight plan now. We're out of Oklahoma City. We are on the Trooper 3 departure, and it's runway 35 right. 35 right. Trooper 3. And then there's a transition, looks like the driller transition. All right, awesome. That's inserted, and then this is a pretty, another pretty simple flight plan here. We go right from the departure to the arrival. So into Midway tonight, it looks like they are wanting us on runway 4 right, and our star is the ND6 with the Magoo transition, or the Magoo via, I guess I would say. Wait a second, no. Okay, no via. Why is it only giving me one via? All right, well, we'll go insert Magoo in there, and
Oh, hold on a second.
wait, here
I don't have
comes.
it in front of me. Give me a
Here's
second.
Magoo. There we go. There is no via into the. Maybe there's no via into the. Let's take a look here, guys. Here's the.
No via into the ILS. That's what you're looking at. Yeah. You're good.
Yeah. So we've.
No via into the ILS.
Yeah. Right. So Magoo. Yeah. So then ILS. Right. And I get the transition and the via sometimes mixed up here, but this is what JPC is saying. What's that?
Show me the chart for the ILS real quick, please. Remember, I'm on a 7-second delay.
Yeah, no worries here. So 4 right, ILS 4 right is right here. And so, yeah, it's the ALQ is the initial fix, but yeah.
But yeah, if ALQ comes right off of the ND6, then I would do the approach via right off of that. So go to your approach vias.
ALQ. Yep, sure enough. Okay, there we go.
I would attach that whole thing right together.
Okay.
In those situations, that's what I would do.
All right, let's go
If they want to vector you, they'll vector you. They'll break you off, and then you can just clear it up when the time comes. But especially airports like Chicago, O'Hare, Midway, sometimes they'll just lead you right into the damn thing.
I suppose it just depends on the workload, right?
Yep, that's what the controller wants.
All right, so we're gonna get a little bit of a well, we'd be kind of on a heading, and then we'll look at the departure here, but I'm assuming out of Oklahoma City normally they clear you direct to like RNAV Moon, and then you get rolling. So anyway, then we're heading to the northeast here. There's Driller. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this discontinuity here. So it goes straight from Driller to Magoo, and then to Dark, and then
Thanks
Peru,
for subscribing.
Iliad, and I'm not sure, Lovis, Peel. Those all look good. Andy, and then there's that. There's a Kayla banner. And yeah, that all looks good. And then we come out of here, and if we go missed, we turn immediately to the south to stay clear of O'Hare, and we go down there to hold at Eon. All right, that all looks good.
Yep.
All right, so we're back here, and we're gonna accept all that stuff. We got our GPS now. My phone's blowing up. I gotta see what I got here. Okay. Let's see. So now I need to go to radio nav. Let's make sure that the TIK is highlighted. And yep, that's the nearest one there. That looks good. And then we're going to go back into the initialization page B.
Did you check your wins for back in the flight plan?
I did not.
Flight plan, and then the 1R, and wins. And you're probably going to have to manually put it in because it's a Toliss.
Okay, so would you put...
1R, so just go 1R.
So would I put this up here in this blank spot here? Is that what
No,
I'm
no,
looking
no,
for?
no, no, no.
Okay.
Line select 1R, the actual button, top right
Oh,
button.
1R, I see.
So top right button, click it.
Okay.
Go back. Make sure you're at the top of the flight plan, please.
Okay. Flight plan.
Hit return, hit flight plan. Make sure you're at the top. Should hit 1R, and it should pop up with wins somewhere in there.
Yeah, I've never done that. I don't have that as part of my deal just yet. So.
Huh. Oh man, don't tell me this is Simism. Do the one left button. Maybe I'm clicking the wrong button.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Simism. Okay, disregard.
Doesn't have it. Okay. All right. All right. So let's go in here. We're going to go ahead then and, all right, we're going to go ahead and go into init page B, and we're going to try to get all of our data here. So I'm going to come back to my EFB, my Toliss EFB here, and let's pull this.
Phoenix, FYI.
The Phoenix is FMC, or McDo is a little bit more detailed, huh? Okay. Well, the new update for the 320 is really nice, by the way. It's very
Only
very
my
good.
computer still didn't suck with it.
Yeah, it's too bad because I know one of the things is the performance optimization was also very good, but
works fine off stream. But if I try to stream my computer, so it goes.
Dang it! Well, I guess you'll have to just satisfy on the fact that you get to fly one in real life, and that'll have to suffice since you can't sim one. I mean, that's
whenever I get called in, which is very
no, I hear you. Okay, what do we got? Passengers 109. So I'm gonna have to deboard a little bit here. No, I won't have to deboard. We're just gonna do a quick refuel so we don't have to wait around on that. Cargo about 2,700. So I'll back this off a little bit here. Let's go 13 and 14, and then fuel. We only need a little over 6,000. I'm gonna put a little bit more, just because of VAT sim and possible holding. So I'm gonna put like another 1,000 pounds in there, and we'll do apply these load settings and quick refuel, and we are okay. We're gonna go 1 and flex. Okay, so I have all this information here. CG's 28.7 up, 0.6 flex temp is 72. Here's our V speeds. I'm going to just keep that over on the other screen. And let's go ahead and, the zero fuel weight that I needed to put in was 57.8. And block fuel is an even 7.0. Awesome. Okay. So far, so good. Now, performance page. Here's the V speeds. 144. 144. And 146. Oops, I must have clicked something incorrectly. 146. There we go. All right. Flaps are going to be 1. And we are up 0.6 on the trim. And then we're assuming a flex temp of 72. Sorry, on the chat, I'm not being very interactive here. I'm kind of feeling the pressure. I've got, again, you guys hear the CFI Mike Sananti. I'm doing a little check ride here. So I did have Pavlin come in. Hey, Pavlin, how's it going? Also, the original Godspeed is here. Scott, hi. Thanks for coming in. And then Mike Stein with the 8-month ascription. Thank you so much, Mr. Stein. It is so nice of you to be here. And thank you so very much for your generosity. And Pavlin says, say hi to Jet Pilot Cinnamon for me.
Hello, Pavlin.
He just followed you. He's a friend from... let's see, is it Bulgaria? Is that right? Somewhere over there in the in the is that Western Europe or Eastern Asia? It's over there, kind of over there in that part of the world. And so anyway, got to know him a little bit on Saturday.
Like 3 in
So
the morning for him.
yeah, it's late. It's late. He's a night owl. Like those Eastern Europeans, they just don't sleep. I guess they don't need sleep. They're way tougher than we are. So 4:13. Oh my goodness,
Oh
Pavlin,
my God.
Pavlin. Oh my goodness. Well, you're a beast, man. Tim Dog, what's going on? What is up, everybody? And if I missed you, I apologize. I will try to get caught up with you when we get going. I'm not going to put the approach data in just yet because I want to get flying. So, how did the 737-800 flight go, Scott? It was a comedy of errors. It was, first of all, me making a bunch of silly mistakes, but then secondly, it was the Zebo was a little borked. First time in a long time that I've had something like that happen. It was crazy. It had all kinds of weird stuff going on, and yeah, I almost didn't post it. I almost just left it out, and I'm like, you know what? It was good laughs and it was a lot of fun. So anyway, that's it was just an interesting flight, but I enjoyed it. It's like when you only get one a week now, it's like you have to make the most of what you have. So all right, I'm going to put the terrain back on here. We'll put the flight directors now back on, and let's take a look at our actual departure here. And
Is there any chance of you waking up at I guess it would be 7 a.m. in the morning your time on Saturday?
It's possible, yeah, it is, because we don't have a game, and so it is possible that I'll be up.
Bermuda.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Bermuda 200. Oh, that'll be cool. So here's our Trooper 3, and we're up and away here. We are...
See, Chad, I'm always
promoting. That's right, baby.
Plugging the flying club, even to my admin all the time. You coming?
Oh, and I miss doing those things, but that's definitely something. I don't think I'd stream it necessarily because I'm just waking up, and normally game nights are late. So, but I could pop down here and hop in the Comanche or something. That sounds fun. I'm glad you reminded me of that. All right, so we're going to climb 176 up to 1,800. Then we're going to turn. Oh, then we're going to head. Wait a second. Oh, we get radar vectors and we're expecting moon. So I don't know which way they would turn us. My guess is they probably would turn us. And there's Tinker right here. I think there's enough room they could probably turn us. I don't know. We're going to go that way because we're just going to be straightest point deal. So, and top altitude is assigned by ATC. So we are going to just clear ourselves all the way up just because that's how we roll. So Navigraph became Mapbox. I'm not sure what Mapbox is, Pavlin, so I'm not sure how to answer that, but Navigraph is a really nice tool, and I do enjoy it quite a bit. So we do need to have the altitude from that information.
Here's Pentagon.
Oh, Mapbox is the charts. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Pentagon. Hello. Rob, how are you? And we're getting close here. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I think it's time to start Mr. APU. Let's come down here, make sure nothing wonky is happening. That all looks good. We'll start, and we'll just kind of keep an eyeball on things down here. This is the APU start is when JPC flirts with the flight attendant, I've been told. So, calls for some...
You can't say stuff like that while Sarah's in here.
Oh, Sarah. Oh, man.
He said this is about the time when Mike would go back and flirt with the flight attendants. I do not do that.
Oops. Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Fuel pumps don't need fuel pumps for the APU. It draws, if I understand correctly, in JPU. Mike, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the APU has its own fuel pump that runs automatically. Is that right?
You'd be surprised about how little I know about the systems of this airplane.
Well, we're just going to go with
I only
that
know
then.
what they need. I only know what I need to know.
Yeah.
But
All
yes,
right.
the APU can run without the fuel pumps on.
Yep. So I think I read that somewhere. Rob is sharing a link with me here that maybe has some more information. I'll have to look at that here in just a little bit later. All right, so that's all good. We can disconnect the external power, and that was a nice smooth disconnection there. Probably accidentally blinked the coffee makers off there with that bad boy. Then I'm also going to come back over here, and where are we? Ground service. So that's off. Do you pull the chocks before you attach the pushback tug, or does that happen kind of simultaneously?
That's something that I can't even see, to be honest with you. That's the grounds crew doing all that work.
Okay, so we're going to assume that comes off
As long
first.
as the tug is hooked up before we release the parking brake,
That's all you care.
That's all we're worried about.
Oh, I see. All right, so let's come back down here to Oklahoma City and see. We're going to be pushing back. I think we're going to be doing like a little nose, probably a nose right. I think we're over here. Yeah, and we are, gosh dang it, I have got the worst goldfish brain tonight. It's runway 35 right, so we have to come all the way, out here. So yeah, nose right, and then we're going to taxi Golf Echo all the way down here and depart 35 right.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Uh-oh. We have the flirty pushback girl again. This is actually probably what the pushback person sounds like when JPC requests ground service. Oh, Captain Sonate. What would you like tonight, Michael?
What do we got? What's going on?
Nothing. Just more of me being stupid. Hello, Finn. So Finn, I don't know if you can see Finn. Finn here is my dog that is notorious for disconnecting the autopilot because he likes to rub his head against the trim wheel. Hey, bud. Go lay down. Yep, go lay down. Oh, man. All right. Nice Ted Lasso reference. Thank you, Smitty. I do enjoy that show. I miss it. I miss it a lot. I'm watching Only Murders.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I'm watching Only Murders in the Building now, and we're just about done with season 2. And that has got me captivated right now. That's actually what I was doing before I came down here, and I didn't know, because we're getting close. My wife and I are getting close to the end of the series, or the season. I thought maybe we would be doing that tonight, binging tonight, but she kicked me out. She's like, I've got to study. So, all right. What else should I be doing here while this is going on? I can now turn some fuel pumps on. We've got the APU bleed on. We've got, I could arm the emergency lights. Probably should turn some passenger signs on as well. But
tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
She's unusually enthusiastic about the pushback process. Well, if you had Captain Sonate calling you, you would be too. That's all I'm saying.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right. Here we go. I'm going to kind of let things get going a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Let's go engine 1 first here, because the French do things backwards than we do. Love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me. So we're getting on nighttime again. I know you guys probably hate these nighttime streams, but I am curious. So this is the latest version of the latest beta release for X-Plane. How are my sounds here, guys? Hang on for 1 second. Oh yeah, they're up good. So one of the things is they're supposed to have made some modifications to the weather that that should improve, like a better match to the METAR and what's really going on in the real world versus the sim. One of the things that was a big complaint was that it was way too, like, there was way too much rain when there shouldn't have been rain. So anyway, Trobart, hey, what's good about the Red Sox losing when the Yankees win? Jarhead, hey, how's it going? Yeah, it is looking good right now. I agree. It's looking nice. So maybe I should have backed the time up just a little bit, but they did mention also a little bit of promise with my main sort of number one complaint right now, which is those doggone flickers. All right, before I go, are we available here? Are we shut? There we go, available. All right. And number 2 is coming alive.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Okay. Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Does this go up? I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, it does. Get it out of the way. And as long as I'm down here, let's go ahead, even though it doesn't work, it does not like it if I don't have the predictive wind shear on. I'm going to turn the weather on as well. Scan. All that. Just going to turn it on. None of it works right now, but it doesn't like it if you don't put it on. So I'm going to put it on. Okay, I think I have a good engine start here, and waiting.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Oh, Pavlin's doing some Switzerland scenery. By the way, you guys that haven't met Pavlin, this is Pavlin. Pavlin is a scenery developer and a livery maker in the P3D world. So, and he shared his YouTube channel the other day. Does some really cool stuff. Real good new friend of the stream. So, what was I about to do? Oh, I was going to do this. We can turn the bleed off. We can turn the master APU off. And everything else is happy and extinguished. So, that is good. You know, this plane, it says, the livery says it's for a Neo, but it doesn't have the Neo cooling switch up here. But the engine start sequence is really like, it has that kind of that 30-second delay that I have on the 321 Neo that I bought. So it's just kind of interesting. I don't know, but all right. That should be good. It's time to set flaps. We're gonna go flaps 1. That's good. We're going to arm this guy, and we need to... Hey, boys, no, back up, please. Stay away from the trim wheel, my guys. We are going to... I saw this the other day, and I didn't realize this was a thing. I've been having some trouble with the plane yelling at me that I'm not in trim, and I saw the other day that I had the ability to display what the trim setting was. I wonder which one it was down here. Probably, was it flight controls? Let me see here. Is that it? Oh. Shoot. It took all the guesswork out of it. It was really nice. Dang. All right. Well, I don't remember what it was or where it was, but I'm going to need to find that. Right now we need up 0.6. I'm going to do my best to do that right now. Up 0.6. That's going to be about right there. And
Verify it.
So how do I do that? That's what I'm wanting to
move your control stick.
Oh, move the control stick. Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Your system thing. Yeah.
Thank you. I knew it was down here somewhere. Okay, 0.7. So see, I'm a little off, right? So I need to. There we go. That's what it was. All right, and I need to do flight controls. That was next anyway. So full right, centered, full left, centered.
So yeah, when we initially set it, I'll make sure that it's correct, and then when we go to do the flight control check, I'll verify it, and then the captain will also verify it at some point during our before takeoff checklist.
Oh, very cool. Hey, Complete Freedom. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Happy Monday. All right, go lay down, Finn. We are, let's see, APU is off. I don't need to worry about the dual cooling. Anti-ice is not needed. It's 1,000 degrees in Oklahoma right now. Holy crap, is it hot down there. But they are getting a little rain, so that's good. So, all right, we are ready to do some taxi lights. And I still haven't quite got the view here that I want. Turn off lights are good there. Predictive weather, wind shear is on. Weather is on system 1. Terrain is on. Trim is confirmed. Let's pop down here and do takeoff config, and let's see what I've missed. Ooh, takeoff config normal. Very nice. All right. All right. Let's make a radio call and get ourselves going. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to pull up my map here. I'm going to put this guy back over here. Oklahoma City traffic, JetBlue 816 from the terminal, taxi 35 right, Oklahoma City. Man, I hope that, you never quite know until you hear somebody on the comms. All right, here we go, guys. I don't feel like I'm hearing this. You guys hearing the engines at all? Is it pretty quiet? Seems super quiet to me. Let me do this. Just turn it up a little bit here. I always keep the volume down a little bit because I'm worried about like the ATC coming on and being crazy loud. But all right, so this is Gulf 1. We're going to hang a left on to Gulf. That way looks clear. That way also looks good. Away we go. This is a cool little airport. It's got, a, obviously a military tie. Tinker Air Force Base is pretty close, but they have quite a few military aircraft here as well. And then they have a big cargo facility. And they, for some reason, they have like a half broken down 747 as well that I always drool over when I come in. It's like sometimes it's missing wings and sometimes it's missing engines and sometimes it looks like it's pretty close. And so anyway, but wave, do we say so, Oklahoma City offices? All right, I'll do that. I'll do that.
The right side sticks down in the air by low, and that retires the side. We go to the ninth. River Gotham.
Ah, we got a little. You can hear the Mets game on Sonante's phone.
Oh shoot! Is it that loud? Damn.
No, you're all right. It's fine. It's fine.
It's because the AC finally turned off.
Oh, gotcha.
We're down to temperature. Where did you go? She go to bed? I guess she went to bed.
Kilo is next. The lighting does look cool, doesn't it? It's you can't like when you're on the ground. I think X-Plane 12's lighting is tremendous. I just think right now the the lighting of the cities and towns and things like that just still needs just a little bit of work. Some things are a little too subdued. I feel like you should be able to see the city lights a little further away, but that's part of also what I have set for my load distance. And some things though are overdone. Like every road has like a bunch of freaking street lights on it, and like there's very few country roads that have that. Highway 66 doesn't have lights all the way along it. So anyway, it's just again simisms, and so be it. I mean, it's all right. It is what it is. This will be a test of us though, with weather and then flying up to Midway. This will be a good test of our system. It's been generally performing frame-wise very well, other than the flickers. That's really been my only complaint. Otherwise, I've really liked what X-Plane 12 has been doing lately here.
Did you do your flight control check and all that?
I did, yes, sir.
All right, go. Sorry.
Nope, it's all right. Again, if you're just joining, thank you. You hear my check ride director there, Captain Sanante, and it's hard to believe it's that time again, but it's time for my next lesson. Been very lucky to have my friend Mike help me out, and he's teaching
Hit
me
that
this.
at a cabin all call button just to get rid of that thing on the takeoff.
Oh, cabin all call.
That's
That's
just me being OCD.
this guy here. There we go. Yep, sure enough. But it's fun to learn just a tiny fraction of what he does on a daily basis.
We don't actually have that in our airplane, just for that's a simism.
I know, you only call when you need some coffee or something like that. Paddling, you've got a little.
We
little
alert them
flip
before
ring.
takeoff. Like when we're getting ready for takeoff, we call them to make sure.
Right.
Like, but I'll just do it over the PA. I'll just say, "Flight attendants, please be seated for takeoff," and then they'll hit a button. It'll ring in the cockpit to say that they're ready to go, and that's it.
You've got some flickering too, but you used the DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, you're still over in that P3D world, and all those little fixes are. I vaguely remember kind of investigating some of those things as well. So, but
all right, since we're on a 7-second delay, I'm not going to be able to coach you exactly from what I'm seeing on the takeoff. So just remember, you're going to go to flex. You're going to let it roll. You're going to rotate. You're going to get up. You're not going to touch the flaps until you eventually get the thrust levers to lever climb once you hit the acceleration altitude.
okay.
Those are the big things that you...
I rushed the flaps.
Yeah, and you seem to want to always ignore that lever climb flashing in your face.
Yep, you're right.
Make sure that acceleration altitude, you want to start pitching down first. You don't have to like slam it down right away. You get the nose started going down towards the command bars. And then once you see you're picking up speed, that's when I start to pull it back to the lever climb.
Ah, okay.
Once it's there, then on the bugs, you can retract the flaps.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Yep, that's definitely the part that I've been trying to practice and improve on. So let's see how you do. Strobe can come on to auto, beacons on, nav logo to 2. We're going to turn the landing lights on. This is to take off. Everything else there looks good. I need an auto brake to max in case we have to go RTO. And I think all the rest of this looks good. Oklahoma City traffic. JetBlue 816 departing 35 right. Oklahoma City. All right, so again, we are going to make... Oh, I was looking... When I briefed the departure, I was looking at it from the standpoint of 17 left. We actually are just straight out right-hand turn, and we'll vector ourselves. We'll clear ourselves direct to moon. Good fixins. What is going on, my friend? Brett, thank you for 25 months. You're just here at the right time. Scoot, boys. I'm serious. This is when they always show up. Just when it's the perfect time to bump something on the throttle quad. So I didn't hear anybody talking, so I'm hoping we're good. I don't see anybody on final.
Fixie!
They are troublemakers, aren't they? They are all troublemakers. That's why we get along so well. All right. Let's get her set up, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. The rain effect is actually quite nice. I do like it. All right, here we go, guys.
West Summer traffic, November 1237 Papa, taxiing via Alpha, takeoff
5%. I'm going to kind of peek here. We're going to go up here. Click, click. There's flex. A little bit of forward pressure. Boy, the engines sound terribly quiet right now, guys. I'm going to have to fix that when we get going. There's 100. I'm having trouble holding the center line tonight. V1 and rotate. Positive rate here coming up? Nice and straight and level. We're going to start making this little turn now, following the flight directors. That's pretty close. Climby, climby, climby. Still just chasing it. Okay, there's our lever climb alert. So I'll nose down till I see the airspeed coming up. There we go. And we're down into lever climb now.
Yep, now you're just waiting for that S-bug, and that's when you put the flaps to 0.
Okay, very good. Try to get lined up. I'm kind of sloppy right now, but I've tried to get it lined up. I actually think I'm on a vector right now, so I'm going to do... There comes the bug. Okay, flaps are up. We come down here. We're going to go direct to moon.
Yep. Flap 0 after takeoff checklist. What do you got to do?
Okay. After takeoff checklist. So
Really only one thing you got to do. Put those flaps to 0.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have that as part of my after takeoff checklist. Okay.
Ground spoilers, disarm.
Spoiler. Oh, I do have that. I'm sorry. So I've got lever climb, I've got flaps up, and I've got ground spoilers disarmed. All right. After takeoff checklist, I think, complete. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to do, Mr. Sonante. Shift 1. I'm sure that's part of your checklist, right?
Say that again?
Shift 1. Is that part of your checklist?
Oh, shift 1.
How come my displays are so dark? Hey, Jack, I just have them kind of turned down a little bit right now. The other thing is, I still think this is, for some reason, super, super quiet. They did an update on this, and it kind of messed with the sounds. There we go. That's better. Let me do a regular flyby here for you guys. So all I need to do is just spin this up a little bit. But what happens on this, Jack, is if I get it a little too bright, then it actually kind of fuzzes it out a little bit, like you're over brightening everything. So I've been trying to kind of play with it and just get like the the perfect sort of balance. I don't know if I have it or not, but is that better? Does that look better? 'Cause I agree, they were a little dim. But like if you get too bright, like you literally can't read the numbers. Let me turn this one up, see if you can see what I mean. Like it just gets like super fuzzy and you have to zoom way in to read it. But anyway, welcome, by the way. Thanks for the first time chat. We're up through already through 900, almost to 1,000. I'm not sure, but I'm probably just need to go over to Kansas City right now because OKC is like, looks like it's not very far from the Kansas City airspace. Joe Bart's remembering 1968 visiting Tinker and sister and husband, nephew. Yeah, you could see OKC departures coming up from 10 miles south. That's awesome. Yeah, it's not far again from. They're not far apart, I guess. So it's pretty cool.
That was a good takeoff, by the way. That's what I want to see every time.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for the help. I appreciate that.
Don't need me for a while, at least until you start getting into like top descent area. So I'm going to mute myself for a little bit and just watch it and I'll wait. And I'll come in if I need to.
Yeah. Always welcome. Yep, there's my contact me. Right on time. 25725. That's what I got. 725. I don't have the right frequency. 725.
Voyager 121 to 7 maintain front level 2.
Oh, hey, there's a Voyager call sign. That's one of our virtual airlines.
Cells 538 to 7 maintain 4,000.
Kansas City Center, JetBlue 816, climbing 13,400. Hello.
JetBlue 16, Kansas City Center, roger, squawk 3073.
3073, JetBlue 816.
Delta 7789, clear direct feed. Clear direct feed, Delta 7789.
One of the main things I wish they'd fixed in this aircraft is the fact that the lights are on all the time. I wish they would give you the ability to at least dim the lights.
JetBlue 16, radar contact 2 3 miles northeast of Will Riders Airport. Verify your altitude, leaving.
JetBlue 816 climbing 15,000.
JetBlue 816, climb maintain, level 390.
Climb maintain 390, JetBlue 816. That's what I have set. Yes, I do. Okay, very good, very good. And, yeah, life is good.
Contact Chicago Center, 126.47.
We did all right, we did all right. So, Tim Dog was saying the same thing about the PMDG cabin lights being on all the time, yeah. Oh, Tim Dog, you're Southwest 538. I can't even Volanta stock you tonight because stupid Volanta is not loading. Just keeps, every time I start it, just keeps getting hung on this screen. So I'm upset at Volanta right now, but oh, I know what I can do. I do have Vatastic going.
Southwest 538,
oh, wait a second.
fly your present heading.
I saw that there was a new update to Volanta today, so we might be okay. We might be okay. All I had to do is talk ill of Volanta.
Delta 705, Minneapolis Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Change to advisory approved today.
Did that to you last night. Needs the update. Okay, cool. So yeah, so again, guys, I was wanting to show you guys. All right, I want to wait till I get up to cruise because I got a little bit of work still to do here. We're through 18,000, so I need to go standard. But I want to show you some of this. If you're not a Volanta user, it won't matter to you. But if you are, well, actually, if you are, you probably already know. So, but I thought it was pretty cool. I saw it on Saturday, and you're just about to get vectors to final. Ah, very nice, very nice. The moonlight is nice in Fussy Pants tonight. I'm hoping that we'll get there a little bit. I'm trying to check out some of this X-Plane latest beta. Oh, yeah, that's a nice big mic tonight. Very nice, very nice. Okay. You don't fly X-Plane, but you fly the Phoenix, has the same effect. Yeah, okay, Jackie. Yeah, that's cool. I love the Phoenix. I bounce back and forth between the two, and I've been very impressed with the new update. It's optimized, and I'm excited. I may, even though I don't really need like a 319, I might pick one up if Phoenix comes out with one. So, Planet Neutral snuck in on me. Hey, Planet Neutral, how are you? I hope I didn't miss anybody else, but happy Monday, everybody. I don't have anything to toast or scald you or anything like that, but welcome, guys. As you probably have guessed, this is a last-minute deal. I'm really happy to be able to do this. Didn't think I was going to have a chance to fly this week, but it just happened to work out, so here we are. The stars aligned, and we had a new update for X-Plane, so I thought, it'd be fun to check that out. And then I got to messaging JPC on Discord, and he's like, hey, I'm around. You want another lesson? And I'm like, oh, shoot, yeah, let's do it. So, and I haven't flown.
You don't need
Midway
too many
yet.
more lessons. It was a matter of getting the takeoff sequence nice and smooth, which you did. So you just have to replicate that. Just remember the ground spoilers with the flaps going up, and then we're going to focus a little bit on the approach and landing, make sure you don't fall behind the airplane.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. So it's fun to get the little nuggets from JPC and incorporate that into the regular, to the flow that I have right here, which is like a combination of what Toliss sends and what I've seen on some other tutorials, and then of course what JPC has recommended. And anyway, it's fun to kind of get familiar enough with an aircraft that you can make those fine-tuning adjustments. Like I don't know if you saw, but I'd been struggling a little bit with the departure, and it was just a little sequencing thing. So anyway, a lot of fun there, a lot of fun.
Delta 7789, descend and maintain, featherable 330.
Joe Bart's saying back in the Vietnam, back in the Vietnam, you were keeping Tinker busy modifying the new C-141s from Lockheed. Oh, that's way cool, man. I also had some C-124 Globemasters. Oh, holy cow.
Exact 78,
awesome.
clear X, Springfield.
That is awesome. Yeah, the only time that I've ever really lived near an Air Force base was I went to school in Rapid City, South Dakota for a year, and they have Ellsworth Air Force Base that's close by, so you would get all kinds of big bombers coming in there over the, north of town, and that was always fun to watch. I mean, I guess I did live in Cheyenne, Wyoming for a little while too, and that has an Air Force base, although it's a missile base. It's not really an air wing, but it does have the Wyoming Air National Guard, so you get some like C-130s and things like that. I've told everybody the story of coaching football and having the C-130s flying over our football practice and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But anyway, all right. As soon as we get up to cruise, guys, I will hop out. We'll Volanta stock, and I'll show you some of those new features of Volanta. And we will, we'll just enjoy the flight, enjoy hanging out. I might even sneak upstairs and get myself a little ice water or something just to sip on. Looking good.
2124 on F2 Funk, runway 12 left, clear for takeoff.
Not much of the sunset left. I'm afraid we're going to kind of be in the dark here, and that's okay. You guys are used to that with me. I'm in the dark most of the time anyway. What's going on, guys? Like, I feel like I don't talk to you anymore. I did have a good conversation on Saturday. We had our giveaway stream, and it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to just kind of transitioning into, what's going on here? Transitioning into September a little bit. Temperatures are cooling off a little bit. We're kind of in the middle of football and getting into a little bit of a rhythm in school, but those Saturday streams are really, really enjoyable, and they've been a good outlet, kind of an important outlet for me, to be honest with you. It's good to have something like that to look forward to. It's just different from work,
Bravo,
so anyway.
Sierra and Charlie across from my 2-4 at Bravo.
All right, taking care of something here off stream. Good Lord, what have you guys gotten into now? All right, about to have a rumble in the jungle.
Hey! 16, clear direct, Magoo.
Pushback approved is coming in with a nice rate of 5. Sorry, guys, you're catching me in an ad break, so but welcome. Pushback approved. Welcome, Raiders.
16, clear direct, Magoo.
Direct Magoo, JetBlue 816.
Tell 2124, Sailor's departure, radar contact, line maintain 15,000.
I just tried some of it.
There we go. Direct Magoo. Thanks for the bits there, Jet Pilot Cinema. So, hi again. Welcome, Pushback approved rating party. If we haven't met already, my name is Brant. Welcome to the Melvin Leroy channel. Flying the Toliss A320 tonight. We're doing a little bit of a test, kind of a bonus stream, kind of a test stream of the latest X-Plane 12 beta, and flying into Midway. So it's like a little bit of a kind of a two for the price of one deal. So anyway, welcome. Oh, hey, I got my dogs shaking the desk and just having all kinds of fun. So I know, Ron. I hope you enjoy. It should be an absolutely fantastic time to be up there in the Black Hills. You'll have to tell me if you see a lot of turkeys. It's just about turkey season, so you'll have to tell me how that goes. But anyway, Yeah, have fun, take lots of pictures, and I am also sorry that we're not able to meet up. Hopefully in the future that'll be possible. That's cool country. I love going up there. I don't get up there nearly as often as I'd like to. Uh-oh. Somebody's home.
Delta 7789, contact Chicago Center 126.47. 126.47 for Delta 7789. Have a good night, man. See ya, Delta 2124, climb maintain flight level 290, it's gonna be a final. Climb maintain flight level 290, Delta 2124.
Guys, I'm just looking at a couple things here. Midway is a blast. All right, man. I can't wait. I hope that hoping I get there in time. I know it started about 3 hours ago, so need to get 33 Fox to be your safety pilot sometimes. Tree Fox is a good one. It's a good one.
Delta 1198.
Oh yeah, it's Iowa Scotsman right now. The fishing is getting pretty good, man. It is. Water's clearing up and should be cooling off a little bit up there in those mountains. You could have a pretty nice day. There's our route, by the way. You can see we Trooper 3 to Driller to Magoo, and we're coming in on the ND6. Initially expecting ILS 4 right. We'll see. Climbing up to 390, just about there. Just about there. You have a long taxi from St. Louis from runway 11 to gate Echo 10. Oh, yeah, because Echo is clear kind of down on that, like the southeast end, isn't it? Oh, man.
Total 1198, Minneapolis Center closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day. Delta 1198, Minneapolis Center closed. Radar service terminated. Change to advisory approved. Forming Unicom, Delta 1198.
Choosing.
Hello, them's my shoes. Welcome. Kevin, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just multitasking, and I know I shouldn't be. I know I should not be. I was trying to look to see what how Slanty's doing. Slant Alpha, of course, you guys, most of you probably already over there watching him, but he's been streaming. I know Continuum has been streaming, and a Defective Crayon is also going. He's flying the 737-200, that old school FlyJ sim, into Midway. So lots of cool stuff out there to multi-channel and multi-watch and all that good stuff. Oh, Tim Dog doing the single engine taxi. Nice. Way to be engine conscious. Hey, Agent Bravo 7, hello. Hello. I saw you were popping on the other day. Oh, hi guys. Oh man. Hi.
I got the blueberry muffin from Nana's or whatever.
Oh, yes.
That place is.
Yes.
They're in the fridge.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
They're the brownie for Mom.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. Anyway, I saw you trying to load up in that Cessna 150. How are you enjoying that? I enjoy it, but I'm always curious what a real world pilot thinks about that. But good to see you streaming again. You guys check out Agent Bravo 7 if you haven't already, and she does a really good job. Very very informative, and she's working on her own private pilot's license right now, kind of in the middle of that. And anyway, just a fun streamer, good content, and we just oh, you are streaming right now. Very cool. All right, go check her out, guys. Give her a follow. And yeah, it's great to have you back on there, Agent Bravo 7. And Shampoo Flyer, thank you for the follow and first time chat. Oh, you're streaming now, literally what you do. I see. Not streaming right now, but the streaming that you're doing, I got you. It's what you're doing IRL. Sweet. Very cool, very cool. Okay, well, we are just about top of climb here, so let's go ahead and head out here and let's volante stock some people. We did not take off from the Fort Rourke area or whatever. We are Will Rogers to Midway, and we're going to file a flight plan from SimBrief. And I don't know why it's not picking me up here with the picture, but that's okay. Here's us.
Here's Limburg Airport information. Hotel current St. Louis altimeter 3000.
Here is Tim Dog taxiing in. Here is Defective Crayon. And
information. Sierra current at Kansas City altimeter 3000.
Yeah, it's nice to have Kansas City Center online. Pretty cool. My other favorite event on a Monday is, of course, Moncton Monday, which, oh wow, look at Moncton. It's really, holy cow, it's really staffed today. Oh my goodness. The entire country of Canada is staffed. That is awesome. That is awesome. I really enjoy flying in Canada, by the way. And Moncton Monday is like my oldest event that I fly sort of continuously. From what I've heard, it's the oldest continuing event on VATSIM every Monday. But this has been kind of fun for a change of pace. So that's where we're heading. And I'm guessing we're still plenty busy here, even though we're like 3.5 hours in. Let's see, live traffic. Yeah, 51 coming in. And 32 going out. That's just about right. Hopefully we won't have to hold and do all that business. It looks like guys are spaced out pretty nicely, so that's going to be awesome. Tim Dog looks like he's got himself parked here, down here at Echo. Yep, he is pulling into the gate. That's pretty cool. Tim Dog, how'd your flight go, man? Did we stock you? How'd he do? Statistics. Oh, it doesn't give you anything, darn. Oh, yes, it does. Ooh, man. 1.04 Gs. 307 and 130. You nailed that, Tim Dog. You nailed that. A320, A firm shampoo. They just came out with this recently, like within the last 4, 5, 6 months. And then they've updated the A319 and the A321. So yeah, they have a very nice fleet out there right now. And I have everything but the A319. So, and then that's pretty much it. Josh, our buddy Akroner Josh McCrary is up there. What did he fly? The TBM. Let's see how he did. Oh my goodness, you guys are living in Butter City tonight. 1.05 Gs. 71 knots. That is absolutely nailing it.
Kansas City Center reliable 687 through 3.
Look where he put it down. Right on the touchdown zone. Guys, wow. I am impressed. That is going to be a lot better than I am going to do. So, anyway.
Reliable 687 Kansas City Center runner.
Let's see what else is happening in the VATSIM world. Looks like Oakland Center is on. and maybe some tower up at Anchorage. Probably not a whole lot here. Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning on a Tuesday. Oh man, I'm getting the odds. Yep, nothing else really happening. This group down here in South America, they aren't always on. They really work hard down here. Hard enough that I bought this scenery here. I think this is the scenery. Yeah, I bought this.
So 2124, contact Chicago 126.47. 2647.
I feel terrible. I bought a scenery here on the East Coast for Microsoft Flight Sim just so I could fly down here a little bit, because they have an alternate Friday night op that I really want to try, and this is a great area.
Aircraft Tulsa Airport information. Sierra current the Tulsa altimeter 2996.
We actually flew a virtual USA Flying Club event down here one time, and I just fell in love with it. They are just really, really cool. Iowa Scotsman, you didn't know they had the 320. Yeah, and that's, I think, why they kind of held off, because the Flight Factor had that really good one out as well. So, hey, what do you have? Yeah, be chewing on that over there. These guys are killing me here. You want to get their A340, but the price, it's a high one. It is a high one. Come here, bud. Bring it here. Come here, Finn. No, we don't chew on the loom. Oh, we don't chew on that. That's not a toy. Thank you for bringing that to me, though. Good boy. Thank you. Don't hit the trim wheel. All right, Jet. You're good. So I think the other thing about that shampoo flyer is, it's sort of a, you kind of have to be a long haul guy if you're buying that 340, right? It doesn't really have a lot of, just shorter routes, and which is fine. I mean, it's like people love doing that, but that's what's kept me away from it as well. Is I think it's a super interesting looking airplane, and from what I understand, it's really well done. It's another Toliss airplane that's really well done, but I don't do that much long haul stuff on stream, and when I do a long haul off stream, I kind of tend to gravitate towards like the 747 or the I've got an MD-11. Still kind of looking for a long haul bird in Microsoft Flight Sim, to be honest with you. Probably the Phoenix or the PMDG are the closest I have. Come here, sir. Oh, you don't have anything. Good. But neither one of those are really long haul aircraft. I mean, they can fly, 5-6 hours. Tim Dog, I'm ashamed to say I'm not a premium deluxe owner. So I hear the Kuro's 787 is really awesome. And it's like $80 for me to upgrade. I bought the basic, the very vanilla basic, because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. So I'm not going to spend anyway. Looking back at it, like I don't have the longitude. Now I don't have the 787. So yeah, I don't know. Like I could probably talk myself into downloading that Headwind A330 because I think it's okay, but I'm not that big of a long haul guy. Well, if you look at my map, here's my Volanta map. Okay, this is me. Flights. You can see that most of my stuff is done domestically. Even in Europe, I'm kind of flying around those 1-2 hour flights. I don't have a whole lot of these, that cross the Atlantic and do all that. So, yeah, I don't do that stuff. It's just not my cup of tea.
Reliable 687, clear direct, Little Rock. Clear direct,
Ron, you've yet to try the Kuro? Yeah. Sorry, that's kind of loud, isn't it, guys? Let me turn the ATC down just a bit here. Oh, you know what I can do? I think I can turn it down in Sim. I always forget which one I can turn turn the sim volume up and down on. Let's try that a little bit so it doesn't blast your eardrums out. But yeah, really the only time that I do long hauls, it sounds kind of strange, but when I've got like a bunch of computer busy work that I have to do, I love having that on I love having the white noise of the engines in the background. I'll have a little bit of music going and a little bit of the engine noise going, and it just helps me like really focus and be productive. And so if I know that I've got like quite a bit of work to do, I'll do that. I'll start a long haul. But I don't think I've ever, like the longest flight I've done was 11 and a half hours from Hong Kong to Anchorage. And it was one I did offline where I was, like I was there for the departure, and I did a little bit of stuff in between, came back, kind of made sure everything looked good at cruise, went and did some stuff, came back for the landing. You know, I wasn't able to, I don't have the stamina to sit in front of the sim for 11 hours. I just don't. Pavlin, when you do long hauls, and your first horrific rule is to make sure your own route, to make your own routing in SkyVector, then import it to SimBrief. Then once you're out, you feel like it's, yeah, you have to make sure that you've got your flight going the way you want. You don't want to end up in Siberia when you
Exact 78,
think you're going to Melbourne.
360. 360 is next up.
KT Sound, this is 1979, 380.
1979, Kansas City Center, roger.
All right, so we're coming up. I'm actually at the point now where here's what I want to do. I've been going for about an hour and 20. I'm going to take a little time out and stretch and go get myself some water to drink. When I get back, then we will take a peek at the star and the actual approach as well. And then, it'll start getting kind of busy. So give me just 2 minutes to step away and kind of do that, and then I'll be right back. Let me check in with Kansas City also. Kansas City, JetBlue 816, are we okay to step away for about 3 minutes?
JetBlue 816, just let me know when you're back.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you in just a couple.
Thanks for subscribing.
Sir, 678. 678, go ahead.
Yes, sir, it looks like you're going to take me all the way into Tulsa. You got any runway for me, sir?
Exact 78 information, Sierra current at Tulsa, let me know you get the ATIS, and center maintain, flight 300.
300, we got the ATIS, sir. I just didn't know if you wanted 36 right or left.
Exact 78, you can expect 36 right.
Okay, we'll plan 36 right, 78.
You know what, exact 78, I stand corrected. Either 36 right or 36 left, what's your preference?
I went with Molly ILS 36 right. You got it.
Right, you can expect that.
Kansas City Center, good evening, American 6194, flight level 290.
American 6194, Kansas City Center, radar contact, 40 miles southwest of Tulsa. Delta 1979 to set and maintain for level 360.
Delta 360, 1979.
FedEx 1180, contact Chicago Center 126.47. FedEx 1180, contact Chicago Center 126.47.
12647 for FedEx 1180, thank you.
What in the name of City of Brotherly Love is going on here? I step away for 1 minute, and our friend Steve PHL comes in and reascribes for 31 months. Steve, I said you have control, your aircraft. You didn't hear that, I guess.
1979.
It's bulleted 24.
Welcome, my friend.
1979 cross bulleted and maintain for level
Happy Monday,
240.
sir.
I got you, 240 at bullet.
JetBlue 816, we're back.
JetBlue 816, roger.
All right, guys, time to do a little bit of preparatory work here as we prepare to come into Midway. So we have our cruise phase is good. We just need to start to put some approach data in, and I'm going to just go back to good old Simbrief. Arrival airport. Let's show some details here. Looks like Midway right now. This is a little dated, but not too bad. Winds 110 at 6, 10 statute miles of visibility. There's a few at 12,000. Temp is 29. How about 23. Altimeter is 2.9er. Temperature 20. What is it? 23. All right, and then the winds. The wind's 110 at 6. All right, as we look at our approach, if in fact we get runway, what did I say we're expecting? 4 right. If we get 4 right, let's jump over here. Let's do this. Let's just brief the arrival and the approach. Okay, so the Indy 6 arrival is not loading up. Why? Why are we not loading up? There we go. So we're going to check these. Unfortunately, I can't click back and forth because I lose my navigaph, so I have to do it one at a time. But we're coming in here. We should be Magoo. Why are we not Magoo? Probably because it's just a scale thing. Magoo dark. Okay, so
Exact 78
we're
to
here.
descend at
All
pilot's discretion. Question to descend
310
and maintain for
at
level
dark
240.
between 29 24 at Baru, between 21 and 19 at levels, between 19 and 16 at Peel, and so on. 13 and 10 at Tolka. A hard altitude 10,000 at Jills, below 9 at Meg, in between 7 and 6 and 250 at Indy, 6,000 at, I'm thinking that's, is that Stickney? And then 6,000 at Alcu. And that'll take us in to runway 4 right. All right. Then let's look at the information for our runway 4 right. If we will, please. If we will, please. Oh, and I forgot to show you these. Sorry, I'm all over the place here.
2137 KC Center, Roger.
So we're going to be here 6,000 at Alcu, and then we step down to 5,000 at Banner, 4,000 at Caden. 2,400 is where we hit sit-go, which is where we grab the glide slope at 5.6. We have, it looks like we've got a barrel of 869. I'm going to lose this for just a minute here. 869. And that's actually all I need for that right there. Let's just double check here. That looks good. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's there, and then I like to put this data in here. So we're looking for a V approach of 132 and VLS. Our landing speed is 27. So that's going to stay over here, while our route is going to be right here. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Jarhead, there you go, my friend. There you go. Now, anyway, back to
United 1979, descend via the route 3 arrival, landing south.
So we need to make sure we have a localizer of 111.5 and approach course of 47. Elevation is 620.
Exact 78 cross.
Pretty much straight in.
1000. The Toliss altimeter is 30.
Say that again, JPC.
How close? I'm sorry. How close are you to top descent?
I am not super close yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I am. It looks like 120 miles.
Gotcha. I just want to time it. I'm finally with Sarah. She's already seen it, but I'm starting finally the first episode of Sopranos because I've still never actually seen the show.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
But I will. Once you get to the top of descent, I'll key in.
Dude, spend some time with your lady. Don't worry about this.
No, that's all right. She knows. She's already agreed.
Sarah.
She's also author. Like I said, she's seen the whole series already. It's me that's starting this.
Okay. All right. I already got you in trouble once. I don't want you. I don't want to get you in worse trouble.
We're good. We're good.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so let's finish this out here. So, if we go missed, it is a hard right-hand turn. Basically, you fly like a right-hand downwind departure, basically 230, and then you are out of here to the Petone intersection. So, yeah, we climb 1,100, then we make a right-hand turn to 2,100 on this 230 heading, and then we pick up the inbound EON, the Eon, is it Eon? Petone, sorry. Petone, Protone, anyway. We pick up that VOR, that 001 outbound radial till we get down here to Aegis intersection, which is 20 miles away. Steve, hello. Melvin over Tony Soprano. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. It's Melvin over Sarah, which is what scares me right now because, yeah.
1979 information.
Anyway.
Sierra's current expected.
He knows what he's doing. He's a grown man, so he knows what he's doing. All right, so let's dive back in here and go back to all that stuff we just briefed. I'm looking at it right now so that we can make sure we have our altitudes and speeds correct. So the first one we have is dark at 310. Yep. Then we go Buru. That looks good. 289 is fine. We go down. The next really the hard altitude is Jill's at 10,000. Everything else is just kind of leading us down there. So there's that. That's good. And then we go down. Indy has a speed restriction. 7,250. That's right on the dot. And Stickney, 6,000. And then we decelerate. And then we're on the, there's the final, that's the VIA. the Alkia, and then we go to Banner, and we're basically at this point we're basically on the approach to 4 right. I feel like I'm okay with this. What I feel like I'm going to struggle with, and actually what I know I've struggled with, is if they request that I land on a different runway. I have struggled with that, where you have to change your arrival, or not change your arrival, but you have to change the approach. And like, I'll be honest with you, that's been a little bit of a struggle for me. So on the one hand, I'm hoping they don't do that, but on the other hand, I know I need to practice it. So maybe it'd be a good thing if they did that to me. So PHDIPO. Hello. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, you guys. So nice to see you. Happy Monday. Cold Nebo. Hey, PHDIPO. Hello, hello, hello. Ah, it's so good to see you guys. So good to see you. Did you fly into this Midway Monday Madness stuff here? That's where we're headed right now. We're about, I don't know, a little over halfway, I think. Where are we? Yeah, a little over halfway. Departed Oklahoma City. Heading up there. It looks like we still have good ATC coverage, which is awesome. And just a fantastic way to sneak in a little bonus flight. We're in the Toliss. And everybody's favorite thing, a night flight. You know, everybody loves night flights, right? But welcome, guys. Welcome. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good Monday or Tuesday morning. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. What was I going to do next here? Raid and run? Hey, no worries, man. No worries. Just briefed out. Need some sleep. Got to work in the morning. Me too. I'm going to be paying for this a little bit here. But it's okay. It's okay. It'll feel... I get to sleep in tomorrow till my normal time. That'll feel like really sleeping in because it's like an hour and a half earlier than what I got up this morning. So, all right. Hey, thank you very much. And enjoy a good night's sleep there, PHPIDO. Good to see you. So, even though I have top of descent coming up, guys, I'm not going to enter anything here because I get some ATC help, which is always a good thing. Doing a FMC.
88816, descend and maintain level 350.
350, JetBlue 816. Speaking up. Doing a...
Reliable 687, contact Memphis Center 133.65.
Doing a descent that's managed by the FMC versus one that you have to do. It's good to go back and forth. So we're gonna put. I just put us in optimum descent mode, and it'll take us down to 350, just a little step down.
Reliable 687, Kansas City.
Then he'll be able to get us in whatever position he needs to hand us off to Chicago Center. So.
Did you just call it optimum descent mode?
Is that what it is? I thought you told me that was optimum descent.
Open descent.
Open descent. Open descent. Dang it. Optimum descent.
Yeah, open descent is it pulls the power to idle and descends as fast as it can at idle thrust for whatever speed you have set.
Okay. So it's like AIS descent.
Reliable 6.
Because it holds your speed, right? It pitches to hold speed. Is that basically what it does?
Yeah, so it'll pull your engines to idle, and it'll pitch to maintain whatever speed you have set. That's the open descent.
Open descent. All right, there you go. See, I just learned something else. I learned OP descent. It's not operational descent. See? It pays to have Jet Pilot Cinnamon on your stream. That's all I'm saying. All right, Kevin. You got to run, Mr. Safety. Oh, man. Hate to miss some internet dude telling a Wyoming man what to do. No, he doesn't. Thanks for stopping by, Sheezy. Always good to hang out with you. And I hope things are great in your world, my friend. Take care. Yeah, it's like flight level change on the 7.3, Tim saying. I got you. That makes sense. You're putting it... So you have to convert... I guess there's two ways you have to kind of convert to me. First of all, you either have to convert it into general aviation terminology, indicated airspeed, descent, or Boeing terminology, because I do understand flight level change, descent. I'm working on my French here. I'm working on my Airbus, but I have a ways to go, so...
Reliable 687, how do you hear this transmission?
Not sure about him, but we hear it great. He must be having the same issues. I was kind of having some problems earlier today, although I guess it was with Discord. It wasn't with wasn't with my pilot client. Now the dogs are... Can't quite see them, I guess. Oh, they're more over here. They're all crashed out now. It's funny, when my wife goes to bed, they come down here. I can tell when she's gone to bed because they'll come down here and hang out with me. But when she's upstairs, man, they are up and down. And God, they just... It's like back and forth. I gotta get love from Mom. I gotta go downstairs and get love from Dad. I gotta get belly scratch from Mom. I gotta get ear scratch from Dad. just silly dogs. You gotta love them. Okay, here we are, 350, and I mean we still have the option to be cleared via, and would be totally fine with us. That was one thing JPC said kind of either at the beginning of the stream or maybe even in the intro, or maybe it was when I was setting up. He's like, a lot of times at these busy airspaces, they'll just clear you via, and that way they don't have to worry about you. They just have to monitor and make sure that you're going where you're supposed to.
Delta 1155, I have an amendment to your routing when you're ready.
Hey, I tell you what, though, guys. Knock on wood. No flickers. So I think they maybe have. Maybe they've got that squared away.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't get that. Delta 1155, I have an amendment to your route of flight. Advise ready to copy. Ready to copy, go ahead. Delta 1155, after Sierra Papa, India, clear to Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, via direct Nashville. Bravo, November Alpha, direct Matthew.
See, what I'd like to see in the night lighting department is less of this with the highway and more, like I'd like to see the cities illuminated better. Because you guys all know, you've looked out the window on a night flight, right? You don't, like, all this is black. You don't see these county roads. But you see towns, they really stick out. And they're really, like, the lighting is way more clustered together. I wish they could do something like that. I do like the strobe effect. That's nice. And nice moon.
Reliable 687, contact.
There's Tim Dog that was talking about the moon tonight. Hard to get a good outside shot at night. Clouds look good though. Nice moonlit clouds. It's a nice effect. I don't know how well that's coming across on the screen. Anyway, they're getting there. They're getting there.
So after Papa India, we're going to fly Nashville and Matthew to intercept the Chipper 1 arrival in Atlanta, Delta 1155.
JetBlue 816, descend and maintain, flight level 310.
310, JetBlue 816. Let's go to 310 and let's put it in open descent. Open descent is selected and confirmed, and we will watch the vertical indicator drop here. This is
United 1979, proceed direct, body descend and maintain 4,000.
Different mark
Direct
that indicates.
4,000, 1939.
Trying to remember what that indicates. JPC, I don't remember what that little Z. Here was our original top of descent. We're obviously below that. That's not quite the descent, Banana.
Exact 78, fly heading
Or
at
is it?
200, vector Alice 36
I don't know.
approach.
Is that my bottom of descent? I don't think so.
816, contact Chicago Center 126.47.
2647, we'll see it.
Kansas City Center Gateway 184 request. Gateway 184, Kansas City Center, go ahead. We're off of Columbia. I'm out of 3000.
17, 0 Delta Charge, Chicago Center, Roger.
Chicago Center, good evening. JetBlue 816 out of 330, descending 310.
Blue 816, Chicago Center, Roger.
You're struggling over something. What's going on over here?
200.
I was just. Is
That's for United 1071 Cross River.
this the bottom of descent, or what's this little Z? What's that little Z?
That's where you would. That white Z is where you would intercept the path for the VNAV.
Oh, okay.
That blue line that you just crossed is your. That's what should be your bottom of descent there, so
Okay.
you're leveling off.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that squiggle is where you would, in theory, intercept the VNAV if you weren't in open descent, and if you were just in the regular
Just on the
give it away descent mode.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So that's your little that's your intercept doohickey.
Okay.
I don't remember what the actual name is for.
I like doohickey. Good.
And I'm keyed in because you're in the descent.
Nice.
JetBlue 816 Cross Buru at a maintain level
We'll
240.
continue when he lands.
Say that altitude again for Buru. JetBlue 816.
240.
240 at Buru, JetBlue 816. All right, so I'm gonna. So I'm not gonna put it in there because I'm not cleared to descend via. So let's do. How about we do
Well,
this?
he told you to cross it at
Cross it.
240.
So can I just go down to it right now then?
So what I would do is go into your MCDU. Is it already set to 240?
It's not. It's set to
In the
280.
So you gotta put it into the MCDU /
Okay.
240.
All right. And then I don't need to go or open descent now. I can just give it the regular descent here, right?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and see where the top of the descent marker is, or if you're already past it. So look at your...
I think we must be past it. Or no, here it is, right there.
So let's see. Zoom in for it. See, that's your intercept path. Yeah, so at this point, I would just give it away. Let the airplane figure it out from here.
Okay, there you go. So now we're just in descent mode, and yeah, so the FMC is figuring out our descent. All right, we had a raid. Who's coming in? Oh, it's Slanty. Hello, Slant Alpha Adventures Raiders. Welcome, Mr. 26 PT2, first time chat. Nice to chat with you. Hello, and Slant Alpha. Thank you for 40 months, 40 reinscriptions. I tried to keep one eyeball on your stream while I was doing this, and anyway, I didn't do very good. But yes, Magenta Madness into Midway on a Monday, of all things. So, yeah, nice to have you pop by.
Look at your ND there. You'll see you've got your intercept. Right now you're constrained because I guess there's the altitude restriction at that fix.
Okay.
Once you pass that, the airplane's going to descend.
Okay.
And your blue arrow is you're going to level off at 240.
Right where they want us to, so that's good. Yeah, so Rob, I'm doing my
16 contact Chicago Center 133.3.
133.3 JetBlue 816. I'm doing my recurrent here, or my next flight lesson, I should say. I've got my CFI Mike Sinatra in the background, and learning lots as I always do. Okay, 3330. All right. Chicago, hello. JetBlue 816 out of 310 descending 240.
JetBlue 816 Chicago Center, descend via the Indy 6 arrival, runway 48 transition, the Midway altimeter 3000.
All right. Descend via the Indy 6 arrival, 4 right transition, 3000 JetBlue 816. Very nice. Okay, so I can just leave this alone now because everything is set up for that, right?
The altitude for the bottom of the star.
Walker 1108, I think we got the wrong guy. Try 2035.
All right, let's. I'm just gonna
Go off your chart.
Yep, it is 6,000 is the end of the descent. 5,000 is the beginning of the arrival.
So 6,000 is the end of the arrival. And
sorry. I said that backwards. Yeah, 6,000 is the end of the arrival, and then 5,000 is the beginning of the approach to 4 right. Okay.
Yeah, so you go 6. You're going to transition to 4 right. So you'd set 6 for the bottom of the star. And then when you get to the approach controller, if he just clears you clear for the approach right away, then you can just set it to the final approach fixed altitude and literally let the airplane do everything else.
Okay.
But for now, yeah, you set it to the bottom, which is 6.
Perfect. Okay, very good. Yeah, it's been fun, Slanty. I mean, needless to say, hanging out with the real world pilot, you're just getting so many helpful hints, and it's been great. It's been really good. So, all right, so we've got the descent all set in the MCDU. We've got, basically, we just need to go 18,000. We need to set local altimeter, and that's kind of our next set on the descent checklist.
Southwest 859.
All you have to do is watch the airplane
I just
now.
want to make sure, because we don't
Make
do
sure
the
that
temporary altitude.
it's going to protect like it's supposed
coming out
to.
of the Chicago terminal area.
But it should do all the work for you.
Correct.
Awesome. You know, the other thing
you would go through your approach setup, make sure your approach is all set up. You make sure your approach briefing's done. At this point, if you've already gone through the approach setup, you want to get your LS buttons going. It's an ILS that you're going to be doing. Yeah, I just saw you set your brakes, which is good.
So I can set my LS up even this far up here?
Yeah, you can hit the LS buttons. That don't mean anything until you actually hit the approach button, which you're not going to do.
Oh, all right. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah, we did. I adjusted that on my... Okay, let me go through this again. Before descent, I've got the arrival and approach set in the MCDU. I've got my auto brake set. I have Barrow to go, so we're still not quite down there just yet, so we're going to kind of let it do its thing. Ooh, it kind of missed the altitude there a little bit, didn't it?
I know it's something different.
It's really stepping me down here in a stair-step pattern, but...
Well, it's restricted to whatever is in the MCDU, so the altitude's
gotcha.
on the arrival.
Gotcha. I thought it usually...
Sometimes it's not always smooth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It depends on the actual way the star is built.
True. Yeah, so we just need to throw local altimeter in there, and then when we get down below 10, we'll put the exterior lights on. I guess the last thing we need to do is this. I'm pretty I don't have any gate set up, so we're just going to kind of we're going to kind of wing it here because I don't even know if JetBlue flies in the Midway, to be honest with you. But
They do not.
if we go 4 right, we're going to hang a right here at probably Yankee 5. Yeah, this is a 6,445-foot runway, so we may even roll it all the way to Yankee 7 here, depending on how bad I float it. And then we're just going to try to come anywhere here. Let's just say Bravo. Is there a 118? Is there something like that? Bravo 18? 11. Bravo 11. There you go. That's what we'll pick. Bravo 11 if there's
JetBlue does Chicago O'Hare, not Midway.
Oh, man. My immersion ruined. Oh, well. Where's the unsub button, right, guys? Slide
Go
off
to
those.
your MCDU. I'm going to explain to you at least the way that my company teaches me how to set up the approach.
Okay.
And go through all of that.
Cool. I'm
So
ready.
we're going to teach you the top hat and the reverse question mark. So
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you the exact steps, but this is the order. When you're setting up the approach, the first is
Wait a
flight
second.
plan.
JetBlue 816, we're about 295.
JetBlue 816, reduce speed at 260 knots.
Reduce 260, JetBlue 816. All right, sorry about that. I know you've got a little delay there, Mike, but all right, 260, and that is set. And we are idle, slowing down. Okay, I'm ready now, sir.
If you watch the dock, because you might need some speed brakes. We'll hold here. Because flying the airplane is more important at this moment.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll level off here, and then it should come down. And I'm not ashamed to toss the boards out a little bit.
We do it all the time.
I'm going to do it.
This is a airplane. Most airplanes are this way, but especially the Airbus. It does not go down and slow down at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Not very well. So we make use. And remember, we're in the. Is this a 320 or 321?
This is 320.
320 with the autopilot on, you can only go half speed brake. You'd have to disconnect the autopilot to get more.
All right. I did not know that. That's good. So
321 can go full. 320 can only go half with the autopilot.
I
So
think
we
I've
need
actually
full
had.
speed brakes.
Okay, I was going to say
Sorry.
I think I've had that happen to me where I've wondered why the autopilot has disconnected because I probably have pulled back full speed brakes.
So actually, in the real airplane, it won't. If you go full speed brake, it won't disconnect the autopilot, but the airplane will only give you the half speed brakes even if you go to full. If you want the full speed brakes in the 320, you have to disconnect the autopilot to get full. And there's times when I've had that. Like if Kennedy wants me to descend pretty rapidly, there are times when I'll say screw it, disconnect the autopilot, go full boards, and get like max descent.
Okay, I think we're on, guys. I think speed looks good, and here comes our. I have a new top of descent for some reason.
Yeah, it's probably because it's a steppy freaking star.
And then there's my bottom, so I'll be down here at.
So what's the
Stickney.
restrictions at all the fixes?
Yep, right on the dot, man.
Yeah, there you go.
So I should be hitting. Yeah, I should be. I'm right on the
Chicago
dot.
with it really stupidly designed stars. Surprise. Anyways, so back to setting up the approach. So the first step, flight plan. You make sure the correct approach is in, all that.
Okay.
And then you would go to rad nav. You would make sure all that stuff is good. You would go to Prague. Check that.
So I'm double checking this right now just to make sure, guys. So, yeah, I'm not quite as, it takes me a minute here to pull my info up.
Prague, you really only need to look at thoroughly if you're doing a GPS, because you need to make sure that it's set to 0.3 for an RNAV approach or an RMP. That's the only thing you're really worried about in Prague.
All right, sorry.
Of course.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Perf. So you make sure your speeds are set for the approach. And
not
by
ready.
speed set, I mean you put the weather in.
I'm not ready to activate this yet. I
No,
do
you
that
don't
right.
activate it, but
Okay.
you go next phase and make sure that the weather is in correctly.
Yep. I got it all in there.
Yep. And then you go fuel predict, make sure you're gonna have enough fuel. And then you would do the secondary flight plan, and if you, let's say there's parallel runways, and they decide, oh, can you accept runway 4 left? In the secondary flight plan, we'd put in the parallel runway.
Oh.
And do that just in case. That way, if they change us before the final approach fix, we can activate it, and the airplane will switch over to the other runway if necessary. Not saying you have to do that right now, because I already assigned you the runway, but I wouldn't worry about it. But you see how it looks like a top hat when you draw the line, flight plan, RADNAV, prog, perf, fuel, predict, secondary flight plan in that order? It looks like a little top hat.
Yeah.
So that's top hat.
Okay.
Then after you get all that plugged in and you have your landing data and you know what brake speed you need, if you're doing the regular flap configuration, which is full, and once you have all that knowledge, you do the reverse question mark. So you look at your ECAM.
Okay, let me get this out of here.
And this is going to be your reverse question mark. ECAM, you check your weight, make sure you're going to be landing below max gross weight.
You're good. 277.
That's down here, right?
Yep. So just look at your gross weight. You're going to be landing below max gross weight. I'm assuming you are. Good.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
You come up.
Okay.
And you would check and you'd set your brakes. So in this case, you already set medium brakes. You hit the LS button on your side, which you already have done.
Okay.
If necessary, up on the overhead panel, you would start the APU if it was necessary for whatever situation, but it's obviously not.
Okay.
You would then look over, and if necessary, you would hit the flap 3 button if you were decided to do the landing flaps 3 instead of full. That's why that flaps 3 button is there, up on like the top left area. And then you would come back down and hit the other LS button. And so if you think about it, it's a little bit of a reverse question mark.
Is the flaps 3 up here on the overhead? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so there's a flaps 3 button on the overhead towards the it's on the top left, somewhere up on the top left of the overhead. It's hard to see looking at it on Twitch. JipWiz, it's on the JipWiz. GPWS, you should see landing flap 3. So no, go down below flight control on that left side, on that left one. Below emergency electrical power, you should see GPWS. And there's a bunch of buttons. Landing flap 3. So if you wanted to do a flaps 3 landing instead of flaps full, you'd have to hit that button, because then the plane's not going to yell at you that you're misconfigured waiting for flaps 4 if you're not actually landing flaps full.
I see. I see. Very good. Very good.
That's the only time you use that. I have not yet used that button in the real airplane.
Was that for 816?
JetBlue 816, did I give you 250 knots already?
260 for JetBlue 816.
JetBlue 816, maintain 250 knots, then leaving 10,000, reduce to 230 knots.
All right, we'll slow to 250 and then out of 10,000 down to 210, JetBlue 816.
Yeah, it sounds like Chicago.
JetBlue 816, leaving 10,000, maintain 230 knots, 23.
23, thank you, JetBlue 816. Okay, cool. Yeah, they're just, I'm sure it's, well, there was still 50 going out and 40 going in, so it's still pretty busy. I don't know. I don't know which approach I want here, so I'm gonna get the ATIS real quick here. So when I check in with approach, I don't sound like a complete knucklehead. Slant Alpha, see you, man. Rob, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by again, dude. I appreciate it. Where am I? Here. All right, it's info Delta, and it is altimeter 3000, runway 4 right. Who do we have? Defective Crayon. Hey, Matt, how are you? I saw you were going in the beautiful, beautiful 737-200 Speedbird. First time chatter. Hey, how's it going? Great to see you. We're chasing you in there, kind of catching the tail end of the event. Nice of those guys to stay online as long as they have. Sphinx, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders.
So did you
you saw how on the MCDU it looks like the shape of a top hat when you're going through all the approach setup.
Correct.
And then for the reverse question mark, so
Yeah.
you kind of get the drawing of the reverse
It
question mark.
comes
So
up
you're starting
here.
down at the gross
Yeah.
weight, and then you kind of you go up, you go slightly to the right for the LS button.
Mm-hmm.
You would do the overhead panel stuff, and then it would hook down towards the other LS button to make your reverse question mark.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. You haven't missed the landing yet, Pavlin? No, no, not at all. Not at all.
Fluid 16, contact Chicago approach 119.35.
And yeah, that's how we set up for the approach.
I'm sorry, can I get that frequency one more time for 816?
Fluid 16, 119.35.
1935, JetBlue 816, thanks. I got to slow down.
Yes, the hard
here.
part about being the stream behind is that I'm missing your frequency calls. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. 1935. And normally I can get these set ahead of time, but because of this event, they have just a lot of, like, they have 3 approach controllers right now, so that's okay. All right.
Chicago departure, good evening, Southwest 2272, 3000. Southwest 2372, departure radar contact, clear direct Lukey, climb maintain 15,000. Further at Lukey, and climb maintain 15,000, Southwest 2272.
Approach hello, JetBlue 816, out of 10,000 on the ND6 with Delta.
816 Chicago, approach ILS 4 right.
ILS 4 right, JetBlue 816.
Papa Hotel, turn right heading 230, vectors approach.
Effective Grand cooked with a blistering Mach 0.74 all the way from El Paso. That's what I'm talking about. I just about had that. SimBrief gave me a cost index of like 3 or something, so I fuzzed it a little bit. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. My PFD is a little frozen. Well, it was, so this, Pavlin, this is a very, like, steppy down approach into Chicago. So there's a lot of leveling off and then descending and leveling, and so it's just kind of one of those deals. But we've done a pretty good job of following. There's our little descent path, and you can see we're going to level off here, and then we're going to start to redescend here and level off at Stickney, and yeah. So JPC, I've been told runway 4 right ILS, so I can now spin this down to 4,000, can I? Or he just told me to expect it, I guess. He didn't really, he just, when I checked in, he said ILS 4 right. That was literally all he said.
Contact Chicago Center 120.35.
See, this is where I get confused sometimes when they have you transition right from the start of the approach.
Let me put tower in here while you're thinking about that. 3520. Okay, I got to go through just a quick check here. We've got local altimeter set. We've got exterior lights on.
If the frequency isn't too busy, I would just ask him, say, hey, do you still need us to maintain the 6,000 for the star, or can we descend onto the approach as well?
Okay, good call. Pavlin, you are an absolute warrior, buddy. You know, you can crash out and watch it on the VOD if you have to, man. I appreciate you being here, though. Tim Dog, you weren't too far behind. Oh, very nice going in there. That's cool. Oh, you were behind a similar call sign. Oh man, that kills me. That kills me. And approach JetBlue 816. Are we okay to descend to our altitude to intercept the ILS, or would you like us to hold at 6,000?
You can actually cross Alki, or at Alki, cleared ILS 4 right approach, and maintain 25. You can maintain 25 or not.
Okay, cross Alki and maintain 2 Whoops. Sorry, that was 250 knots. My question is also about the altitude. Can I descend below, I guess, 6,000?
You can descend below 6.
All right, thanks for the clarification. Whoops. Shoot. Just screwed that up. Now
So yeah, he said descend all the way.
Okay, I'm trying to get this out of here. Okay. So I'm going to leave that in. We're down to 2,500 and we're cleared for the approach. I bet tower must be going off. That's probably what's happening here too.
So did he tell you to continue for the 2,500, or did he send descend now to 2,500?
Right approach, and we're closing frequency change to advisory approved. At Alki cleared ILS for right approach.
Yeah, they're good.
And
he said we're cleared.
816 Chicago approach closing, radar services terminated, frequency change approved.
All right, over to Unicom. Have a good night, JetBlue 816. He said
Are
we're
they
cleared.
shut down?
Yeah, he said we're cleared at Alki for the ILS approach. So, bummer.
Yeah, if they're shutting down, then you're kind of at your own at this point anyway.
Okay. Well, it is literally 4+ hours on a Monday night.
Yeah, so
They've done
I wouldn't have gone to open descent. I would have just kind of left the airplane to do it on its own, even after he gave you the after Alki to descend. Then I would have just sent the final approach fixed altitude, kept it all in descend mode.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter now since you're not with ATC. You're doing your own thing anyway, but that's what I would have done. If they gave you that clearance, I would have just set final approach fixed altitude, kept it in descent, let the airplane do all the work still.
So I did. I actually didn't mean to put it in open descent, so I put it back on regular descent. So we should start to drop here again.
Yeah, let the airplane do the work there.
However, we're not going to cross Alki at 2,500. Well, which we shouldn't.
At or above.
Yeah. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. All right. And yeah, we're gonna have to just talk to each other now, which can be okay. 2280. Is that what I have? Yep. Unicom. Visually, I don't really see a whole lot of other aircraft, so that's nice. Unfortunately, this doesn't really have a TCAS. Oh yeah, it does. I take that back. It's which plane do I have? So I've got one plane that the TCAS is not working, but this is showing I've got somebody out in front. So I am slowing down. I'm supposed to be slowing down to 230. I could probably give this back to the. I could probably give this back to the computer also, couldn't I? Or would I not?
Does your MCDU have it set to 230?
Yeah, at 207 at Alki. Alki or whatever.
So
the decel is 250 though.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it away.
Okay.
You see where, go back up on your display, your ND.
Oops, sorry.
You see you've got your Circle D on there?
Let me change
on
this.
Your ND, so your navigational display. You got your Circle D, that big pink circle with the D in it.
Right
That's
here.
where the computer would want its decel point if you were in the VNAV.
Okay.
Just before that Circle D, give it away.
Okay. It's kind of running out in front of me here a little bit, isn't it?
Here, you know what? This is what we're going to do. If you want to give more space to that guy in front of you and you don't think you have anybody behind you, go activate your approach phase in the MCDU.
Okay.
Then give it away.
Whoops, where is it? Why have I lost it? Perf, activate. There we go. All right. Confirm. Okay, and then give this back to the computer. All right, good deal. Do I give the altitude? No, I leave the altitude alone. It's descending.
You're already in descent mode.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And you're clear for the approach at Alki. So I would literally just go hit approach, and hit autopilot 2.
All right, approach and autopilot 2. There we go.
And
let me just make sure I don't have anything that I'm forgetting here. Lights are on. Flaps on schedule. That's what's left here. So.
And you don't need to slow down right away.
Nope.
You do the flaps when you want, but you want to make sure that you are fully configured before 1,000 feet so that you're stable.
Okay. Fully configured before 1,000. Gotcha. Pavlin, yeah. Get used to the routine, to this regiment. It gives strain to your body. Yeah, I guess it would give strain to your body. Can you share a link in Discord? Yeah, absolutely, man.
Localizer, glide slope, cap.
Hey, baby, yeah, look at that. Loc, glide slope, ILS. Almost like I got a guy flying with me who knows what he's doing, guys. How about that?
So how far out are you from the airport? Let's see. Zoom in real quick. Let me see. Zoom in on your navigational display.
There it is. Andy, let's see here. I'm about 10, 15 miles out right now.
15 miles, flaps 1.
Okay, flaps 1. Descending through 5,000. Midway traffic, JetBlue 816. 15-mile final, runway 4 right, Midway.
So what's your final approach fix?
Final fix is...
Midway traffic, Southwest 2994.
Sitco.
Final 4 right, Midway.
Okay. Let's see. Probably 321. Flaps 1, you're already fine. So about 2 miles prior to Sitco. Flaps 2. Mile prior, gear down, flaps 3. At the final approach fix, flaps full, landing checklist. That's how I would do it.
All right, I'm going to write that down. 3, 2, 1.
If your airplane doesn't want to slow down to get below the next notch of flaps before it's on the bug, then you can put the gear down early for drag.
So 3 miles out, flaps 2. 2 miles out, gear down, flaps 3. Is that right?
Yeah, so normally it'd be 3 miles, flaps 1, but I already got the flaps 1 now, about 50 miles out. We try not to keep it going that quick. So 2 miles, flaps 2. Mile before the final approach fix, gear down, flaps 3. At the final approach fix, or even a little bit after the final approach fix, flaps full. Landing checklist.
Okay, sweet. That'll be a good addition.
But you need to get below the flap speed before you put in flaps 2, obviously. See how you're still a little, you're coming a little on the... Because you're already on the glide slope side, get a little bit, you can even use the spoilers.
Okay.
Pop the spoilers out.
I need to be down below this little indication here, right?
Yep.
Little orange.
2 orange dashes.
Got it.
2,500.
Checked. It's a pretty steep descent. It's probably partly why, right? 1,100 feet per minute. That's a pretty steep.
It's because you're still a little bit high on speed. Not a big deal. Once it gets below that notch, that's when you're going to go flaps 2 because you're pretty much getting into the schedule here.
Okay, flaps 2. Set.
You're arriving on 9 center? Right on 10 center, but
okay, good there.
Kind of in front of there. I don't want you to climb into me, so just have to let you know.
At this point, I put the gear down. You want the drag.
Thanks a minute.
Okay, gear down.
And pretty much flaps 3 and flaps full once you get below the correct speeds.
Yep, which I...
Once you get below the limit.
am. Flaps full. Okay, we're good there. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. Okay, just fly it in. Listen for the call-outs.
Yep, you're at final approach. Right. I'd make one more call on the Unicom. Let them know you're about 3-4 miles out.
Midway traffic, JetBlue 816, short final 4 right. Midway.
Look at your upper ECAM. What there are 2 things you still have to do. You have to do the all call to the cabin, let them know you're about to land, and you got to arm your spoilers. You arm your spoilers after you go flaps full.
Okay, so I'm flaps full. I'm going to put these away. arm.
1,000.
Check, and I'll call. And that puts all that away. Okay.
Yep. So now you do landing checklist. In our case, it's landing checklist is why am I drawing a blank on this?
Flaps as required. Speed brake is armed. Auto brake is set. Gear is down and indicating. And I'm fully configured before 10,000.
So in our case, it's literally just auto thrust is showing speed, which you are, and then ECAM landing memo, landing no blue. So that's where you got on the ECAM all your landing stuff.
Yeah,
there's no blue, so you've done it all.
I got to try to screw it up a little bit here, guys. I got to take it over for the last 30 seconds.
100 above.
Check.
715 miles, final runway 10, center fully established, traffic size. Okay.
300.
Yeah, you're good.
Minimum.
Continue.
Just pull the levers when it starts calling you a bad name.
Mm-hmm. Drifted a little bit left, but not too bad.
50, 40, 30, 20,
short
retard,
right,
retard, 10, 5.
That was a firm one, but
Inbound coming in on right, 945, crossing runway 19.
we got it
There was,
pretty much on the center line, and
How much flare on that one?
no, there wasn't.
They were landing at 10, so I think you're safe. Drive kind of profile. Yeah, I only see one aircraft. I only see the one aircraft on miles for 10.
Let's get off right here. Well, as they say, there are landings and there are arrivals. Oh man, it is busy here. Holy crap. Midway traffic, JetBlue 816, clear 4 right. Oh boy, let's just stay out of everybody's way. Let's go this way.
Yes, the Unicom after an event when there's still overflow.
Oh man. All right, let's get all this stuff. So I'm gonna turn the landing lights off. I don't need the runway turn-off lights anymore. Let's go to taxi. I'm gonna go ahead and get the APU going. We will do one little shot from the outside just so you can see all the craziness that's going on here. It's a busy place. It's quite a unique little airport, isn't it?
Well, once again, you see how quickly you can fall behind this airplane.
Yeah. 100%.
Because it does not like to go down and slow down at the same time.
100%. All right. I think we've got a little spot over here. And let me see if I can actually find the line to come in. How far off am I? Quite a ways off. Where is it? Oh, there it is. All right. Let's not blind the ramp agent here. That's pretty much a textbook approach to the gate, if I've ever seen one. Boom. There we go.
Flaps are still down.
Oh my gosh.
Never did the after landing.
I didn't.
It's alright.
Alright, we'll clean them up.
That's after event, get off the runway, get out of the way.
Oh man. Alright, I'm going to set the brakes.
What's
And I'm going to try to tidy up my chat here, guys. Thank you so much again for being here. And apologize, I kind of lose touch once we're on the ground or on short final, so we're not gonna do a full shutdown here, but we can at least get this shut off. All right.
Takeoff was good. Just make sure you disarm the ground spoilers on the takeoff, but get the flaps up.
Yeah.
And then approach was good. Just gotta be careful with the speed.
Yep.
You can see it's quick to fall behind this airplane. Use your drag, use your spoilers if you got it. There are times when I've had to put the gear down after flaps 1 before even flaps 2 just because I need the drag.
Sure.
So whatever you need to do with the airplane, as long as it's in its limits, arm the ground spoilers after you get the flaps full. That's about all I got for you. Everything else is pretty decent.
Well, yeah, man. Well, thanks again for taking some time and hanging out with me, man. I learn every time we do this, so I'm very, very appreciative. Do I still have? Is that me or is that? Okay.
We'll make you an Airbus pilot yet. All right, I'm gonna continue the Sopranos now. Have a good night.
All right, buddy. Hello to Sarah.
She's waving hello and goodbye. See you next time.
Later, buddy. I think I've somehow turned my strobes on. I don't want that. I want them off. There we go. Everything else is off here. Okay, let me get back here. Lay down the geese because I want to fry some chicken. Lay down the grease. Well, I can guarantee you that was not a very greasy one. Let's take a look. I won't do the replay because it always freaking crashes on me, but let's review. That one had to be a 2+, I'm afraid. 1.6. That's not horrible. My speed, what was my speed? 129. It was a little slow. So honestly, well, no. Yeah, it was a little slow. So I kind of ran out of airspeed. That's why I plunked it down so hard. But like I can live with that. 169, -403. That doesn't look super duper. But I put it down on the stripe and in the touchdown zone. And I even got off a little bit earlier than I thought I was. I thought I was going to be down here at the end because I tend to float just a little bit. But anyway, Pavlin shared a video. Okay, thank you. Gets a lot of hate on my channel. Florida Flyer, hey, one of the best streams you've seen. Oh, hey, I definitely think it's fun when we have JPC here. It's so informative. I mean, anytime you have a real-world pilot, he literally is an Airbus pilot. So when he says, "Hey, do you want to go fly?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." So, but hey, I appreciate that, Florida Flyer. Thanks for being here. You just got to Melvin Leroy the other day. Toliss, yeah. Oh, you just wait.
Midway traffic, the A320 is departing out of runway.
You just got here, right. High in the buy situation there, Milo. Good to have you here, Milo. I know it's early in your neck of the woods. And let's see, we have the Ronin 97. Yeah, is it beacon? Is that what's flashing here? Is it my beacon? Oh, you're right. You are right, sir. Here I was trying to blame it on the ramp guys here. Where are you? Beacon off. It's so hard to see up here. Maybe I should. It might help me out if I had my dome light on a little brighter. Yeah, see, there we go. I want to leave the logo light on because that's pretty slick. So yeah, there, that's better. But yeah, then you get, if you leave that guy on, you get this shot here with the JetBlue bubbles and the Midway madness. I mean, you know, we're all kind of plane spotters at heart, right? Like, a person could sit here and just like do almost like an airliner's live, just watching people coming in and out. I think maybe it's slowing down a little bit here, but yeah, this is cool. My first Midway Monday. So you just got the Drzecki pain field. Oh, very nice. I saw that Indie Builds also was doing a little bit of a fundraiser for the Hawaii relief. I think that's a pretty cool cause. And so, yeah, if you haven't seen those Indie Builds summer sale thing, they just released Honolulu, and 10% I think of the sales goes towards helping out the folks in Hawaii. So if you've ever been looking at picking up that scenery, now it's a good time to grab it. So, but anyway, all right. Well, you got that earlier. Very cool. Oh, you did a Hawaiian Mad Dog around from Honolulu to is that Molokai? I'm not very good at my Hawaiian Islands. I don't fly out there nearly as much as I should. But anyway, all right, guys, I've had fun, but I've got to button it up because I do have work tomorrow. So let's head over to the FBO and let's send this baby off.
Thanks for watching my papa.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for watching. Thanks for spending a little bit of your time on a Monday night with me. Trust me, I appreciate it, and I like, it's time is valuable. So the fact that you'll take a little bit to hang out with me. It is very, very, just very appreciated. I want to also say thank you, a special thank yous to.
Is at 3,000 feet.
I'm gonna have to do something here real fast.
Traffic call leaving Midway.
Hang on for one moment. I'm going to disconnect. We'll lose some traffic here, but we'll keep the lights. A thank you to, gosh, we had lots of stuff happening for a Monday night. It was really, really cool. Zach Simulations coming in with the follow about 6 minutes ago. Zach, I don't think I said hello and welcome, but hi, how's it going? Thank you for the follow. Defective Crayon came in with a nice raid there, and looking forward to going back and watching your stream in that 737-200. Man, I love that vintage 7. It's so awesome. But thanks for the raid. Slanty, thank you for the raid. And also thanks for a 40-month re-ascription. Pretty doggone cool. Happy to know you all these months as well. PHDIPO came in with a nice raid as well. And Steve PHL had a 31-month re-ascription. And he came at the perfect time when I was taking a little break. That's probably the most entertaining part of my stream. So, Shampoo Flyer with the follow. Nice to meet you. JPC, 100 cheer bits. And Pushback Approved came in with the raid as well. Good Fixins came in with a Tier 1 25-month re-ascription. Brett, thank you so much, Mr. Leonmeister Jr. Mike Stein also came in here and resubscribed 8 months. 8 months. I'm going to not do the Twitch baby joke, but 8 months, that's pretty dang cool. It seems like time is flying. It has absolutely flown by. Mike, that's really, really amazing. And then our friend Rock Valkyrie kind of got the party started. 33-month re-ascription to begin the evening. So, wow. Thank you, and thank you. Everybody else also who was here following along and chatting away and keeping me company. Appreciate you guys hanging. And then, of course, a special thank you again to Jetpot Cinnamon for just being just so generous with his time and his knowledge. And it's really it's a special thing to have somebody who will share their talents with you like that. So thank you. And I look forward to our next lesson. Looking around here, and I'm thinking, let's see, on a Monday night, what do we have here? Looking for how about some GA stuff from our friend Chill Maze. Let's keep the love going here. Well, who needs sleep, right? If our friend Pavlin has taught us anything, is that you don't need sleep. So we're gonna go raid Chill Maze. I am back on Saturday. That is the next time I'm going to have time to stream. So I'm looking forward to figuring out where we're going to go, what we're going to fly, and I'll let you know as soon as I possibly can. Over in my Discord channel is the main place I do that. So cannot wait to fly with you guys again. Until Saturday, have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see you real soon. Take care. God bless.